What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Persona 5 The Animation, and this episode was much better last week. Last week's episode wasn't terrible. It was okay. It was good. I did enjoy it, but I definitely had some problems. The art animation this episode was much better. And we also had a new OP debut as well, which I'm actually kind of surprised about, because in the first episode they had Futaba in there, but we know Futaba didn't make an appearance. We are going to get Futsi, Best Girl Futaba, next week, hype as hell. Y'all gonna know how much I'm going to gush over Futaba, y'all know. And don't be surprised the thumbnails don't nothing but Futaba shots, because she is indeed Best Girl. This episode was a lot better. It was kind of like, I like how they did, where this week's episode was another, I guess you can call it almost, I wouldn't call it filler, because this isn't filler. We're focused on another confidant, this time Makoto. And with Makoto, they actually did a Makoto mixed with a bit of a recap-esque episode. It was a mixture of a recap episode and Makoto's confidant. What the thing is, if you're going to focus on one confidant, mixing with a recap episode isn't the worst idea. It's better than a catchy subplot from last week, which y'all know I was not a fan of that. It was honestly pointless. But yeah, this episode was a lot better. And before, let me talk about the OP. The OP, knowing Mother's Day, he probably doesn't like the OP. I don't even know if Jeff is even still watching the series. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already dropped it, given up. He's like, fuck Persona 5 the animation, it's fucking terrible. Fuck it, play the games, don't want point watching this, blah, blah, blah. Me personally, I am of a different opinion. As you guys know, I think this anime is fucking phenomenal. It is amazing. Yes, it has its problems. Yes, it has its flaws. But goddammit, I still fucking love the series. And as we also, and so the first episode, the first OP was a lot more kind of something that Jeff would probably like a lot more, where it's it foreshadows future events. It of course has that little stuff that he would love to analyze. While the second OP was more or less like the first OP we had the first episode, where it's just a bunch of clips thrown together. It looks awesome. I really dig the use of red. Because Persona 5 loves red. Red is all over the place in P5, which I'm not complaining. Red is my favorite color, but I just love the use of red, the shot composition. It's phenomenal. I also like it more than the first OP, and the first OP was phenomenal, but this, I like this OP a little bit more, in all honesty, just for the use of red, the song, and, it was phenomenal. So yeah, let us begin. So we start this episode off, with, of course, everyone's favorite, Akechi! Now, when I saw it, I was like, oh, god damn it, more Akechi. Well, is this another pointless subplot we're putting in of Akechi? But no, Akechi actually doesn't do much in the episode. He has a small little cameo, and then it's quickly brushed off. Thank you, A1. Like I said, guys, I'm not hating on Akechi. I think he's a cool character, but I'm getting kind of tired of him being constantly shoved down the series when he has no point of being here. When he actually serves the part of the plot, then it's okay, maybe small little cameos here and there, but not in every single goddamn episode. I'm getting tired of it! Oh man, but if they're going to do this much Akechi, I just hope that when we do get to when Akechi becomes very important to the main story of Persona 5, that they do actually, elaborate on his backstory and everything, because the game didn't really touch much about it. It was more or less kind of little bits and pieces. I would like to actually see it, which I hope that they do, because if they're going to shove this much Akechi, at least they should do something with the next, expand on him. Expand on his backstory, expand on him. Like I always said, Persona 5 Animation is more or less an extended cut of the game. Main storyline, Not, of course, the actual game. Anyway, so he's pretty much, being swarmed by reports. I think this part where the Akechi takes place in present time, when Akira is actually getting interrogated. I think so, because they're asking him about the fantasies and all that shit. I think so. This could have been just maybe in the past, and they just shoved it in here. It goes it's Akechi, we got Peasel's fangirls, so let's shove him in there when he doesn't need to be! Anyway, and so after that, we have pretty much Sai, where she pretty much just, like I said, recap pretty much the first couple episodes, the Phantom Thieves, they take down targets, have their change of hearts, but they got captured, blah blah blah. Like I said, this was like a recap episode mixed with Makoto's confidant, which it's better than the Akechi subplot, but whatever. So, and then, after that we have the OP, which I guess, oh my god, I love the new OP. I already mentioned this already before. I just love the use of red, the shot composition. It just looks amazing. It looks great. I'm probably in the minority that Jeff probably watches. He probably fucking hates that OP, but I don't care. I love it. Anyway, so, after that. Now, when the episode really does begin, I was shocked when they actually started off. They actually do that little side quest with the crazy psycho chick at the school that was stalking that kid. She has a blog, and she's kind of like, he's mine. I was shocked when they actually covered that, because I felt like they were probably like, we know that she had like her little moment. She had a few episodes back when she was like hiding behind that pillar, mumbling to herself. I did not think they were actually going to go through it and actually do her side quest. I was like, so yeah, props to A1. I love that they actually did that, because I did like seeing in anime, which was so weird. She's so insignificant to the overall story that I thought they were just going to skip her, but no. The A1 actually took the time to actually put her in. Props to A1, because she was actually pretty cool. I actually kind of like the little side quest, because, and we had to see her become a normal person. So, they take her down, they're like, she realized the error ways, and then we see her, she's trying to, talk to him, but she's constantly stuttering like an idiot, and, and the dude's like, no, let's work on being friends. She's like, yeah, and then Kira's just like, heart changed, accomplished. So from this point on, we're pretty much mixed with recap episodes. We see this part with Yusuke. He talks about with Makoto. Talks about Boruto the stop with Madarame. We see a little flashback to when he was a kid, which I actually didn't mention that part in my review of that episode. But yeah, I did like the episode, which I hope to God that next week, since it's Futaba, they elaborate on her backstory, because her backstory is so awesome that that's one of the many reasons why I think she's best girl is because of her backstory. I really hope they do elaborate on it, because if you're going to elaborate on the backstory of Yusuke and Makoto, which don't have much of backstories that are really interesting, please tell me you're going to do it with Best Girl that accesses an interesting backstory that I really want to see. Because, from the little bits and pieces we saw in the game, I just want to see it. Because, her stuff, what happens with her becomes very important later on in the story. So I really hope they do elaborate on it and show us kind of little bits and pieces of it, and and hopefully they'll do with Akechi, because Akechi's backstory is also very interesting. I thought they're gonna do Akechi because they love putting Akechi in here so much. I hope they actually do take the time and actually flesh him out, but I also do hope they flesh out Futaba, because goddammit, she's so awesome. Anyway, that's a little tirade there. So we get little bits and pieces. We also see this one part with Akira. He's picking out a necklace. I think it's for Makoto, and then we see a little bit of An, where she's like, okay, I gotta go to work. So I don't know if they're ever gonna do An's comment. If they do, cool. If they don't, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I do hope they do, because the stuff with Shiho and her confidant was real good. Her confidant overall was kind of meh. It was the stuff with Shiho that was the highlight of An's confidant in the game. So I'm gonna skip all those parts. Like I said, they were mostly just recaps. I'm just gonna be talking about the stuff with Makoto, because I can imagine the Makoto shippers probably love this episode. Makoto, Akira, or whatever little ship name they've come up with. I can imagine those guys love this episode. I bet they love it, because these last episodes have been very Makoto, Akira focused. Like I said, I ain't hating. I don't really ship them. I don't really ship anyone's Persona 5, but hey, I ain't hating. So we see when Makoto, she's she's talking to Akira, and she's she wants to learn more about, I guess, being a normal high school. Makoto, she's always kind of been her head's stuck in books. She goes to school, she doesn't really, hang out, go outside, and hang out, and experience the life of Shibuya. So she's since she saw with Akira, since their little time in the arcade with Akira, she wants to expand that more. So she ends up asking hey, she asked them to stay from a distance, because she wants to kind of see what it's like to get lost. And I think they're in Shibuya, at least right here. I think it's pretty sure Shibuya. Where they just keep Akira stays from a distance while she kind of experiences it, but she kind of wants him in as a backup plan, in case shit goes down, he's there to help her out and get her out of any situations that could get hurt. Which ends up happening with this one dude trying to hire her for this job. I swear to God, the job is prostitution or something along those lines. And then when she when the dude actually puts his hand on Makoto's shoulders, Akira has a little they have that off transition when the screen tears and you got Akira's face and he rushes towards her and grabs her. I can imagine the Makoto shippers just lost their shit when that happened. Oh my God, they probably lost it they probably just lost it. Oh, they probably just lost it. That's it. I was I'm almost kind of wondering if they're actually going to go full on through with it and actually have Akira and Makoto together. I don't think they will, because it's this Persona, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, with how much they're focusing on Akira and Makoto. Like I said, I ain't hating, but I'm just pointing this out. And through the hopes that we have this kind of slap, sound effect when they transition to scenes, which I don't know if anyone purposely did that as kind of foreshadowing to what goes down later on in the episode with Makoto's confidant. But if it is, clever, everyone. If not, I guess it was kind of a coincidence. So then, she after that really the whole thing, she thanks Akira for all that. She meets this new girl from school. They talk about some things. She notices her little panda pencil case that Makoto had. She's like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that stuff too. Like, it's so beat up. She's like, yeah, I've had it since I was a kid. I haven't really replaced it. She's like, oh, it's so cute. Like, let's trade numbers so I can show you my collection. So she shows her collection. She has like massive like panda plushies and other shit. And so, throughout the episode, we find out that she has this boyfriend, but Makoto ain't really bond. Like, she thinks there's something fishy with the guy. We also go back to Sai, where she kind of like starts to where Sai kind of like puts the piece together that maybe Makoto is a confidant or is a fan of these, but Akira, being the good man he is, he ain't like letting it on. He ain't saying like, yeah, she is or no she is. She's like, whatever. What do you think? He doesn't answer truthfully, of course. He doesn't want to snitch out his friends. So after that, they've realized, I remember Makoto's comment in the game was a pain in the ass, because you had to have, I think it was, your proficiency, or, it was, either your persistency, your charm, or it was either your proficiency or your charm had to be, or kindness had to be, level 4 or 3 or something to get to the rest of her conquest men. And I remember Nico B, when he was playing the game, that was just tiring. I don't know why, Atlas thought that was a good idea. Yeah, let's limit McCall's combo. Let's have you have level 4 proficiency or something. I remember it was a pain in the ass. And in the game or the anime, they're like, haha, no, boom, 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 boom. So, of course, they get that. They end up meeting with this guy. He's kind of when you take one look at it, you're like, yeah, you're in with a gang or something. He's got a shirt buttoned down like Scarface. He's like, hey, princess, and he never once uses her real name. He always just refers to her as princess. And Makoto catches on to this. And so throughout the episode, she starts suspicioning this guy. He doesn't, but eventually, after a meeting, she actually when they kind of she has a date with him, Makoto is there, and she tells hey man, and she tells her straight up hey man, I don't think he's right for you. I think he's a part of some gang. There's some shit going down with this guy. I don't think you should be with him. And so when we find out, Makoto actually was the one that texted this guy and put a bunch of emojis on there, because she actually asked her, because she calls her princess again. But she doesn't use her real name. Makoto's like, why don't you use her real name? And then he says Makoto, which, as we know, Makoto's sitting right there. It's not the name of his actual girlfriend. Her name was Ko something. It was it had a Ko in it. I forget really how it was. I don't really remember. She's more or less a irrelevant side character. So I don't really remember her name. And then the dude's like, oh shit, and then Makoto reveals her plan, and it's almost like Death Note, where she's like, I was the one that texted you, I made sure to put a bunch of emojis to fool you that I was her, and then, she doesn't laugh like Light does, but it kind of came off with kind of Death Note-esque, when Light's plan falls into motion, and they're like, Nani? When they're shot, then Light's plan while he was did pay through. Anyway, so after that, she starts lying. She's like, no, you're wrong, Mako, you're wrong. And then she slaps her. And in the game, I was like, oh shit, you went up in waffle points, Mako, after that slap. And so she's like, get a hold of yourself, woman. He is not right for you. Stop lying to yourself. And oof. And in the anime, it was just as awesome in the anime seeing that. That slap. And so, she finally realizes the error of her ways, and that's essentially where the episode ends, with a little bit of some post-credit scenes showing off them in the arcade, which when I went back to the arcade, I almost expected, that kid that had the Get Smoked hat to show up. We also see this one part with Mishima. He goes to see, the photographer, and he's like, oh shit, and then we text Akira, he's like, how dare you, Akira, I'll get you back for this, why did you do this to me, you left me with this drunk. We also see the fortune teller, she also has a quick cameo appearance, which, if they end up skipping her confidants completely, I ain't gonna lose sleep over because there wasn't all that in the first place, but if they end up doing it, cool. If they don't, I ain't losing sleep over it. I wonder if they're actually gonna do the show because she said 2 cameos so far and still nothing on her confidant. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. So in the end of the episode, we see them studying, and then and she says, and then Makoto comes to work, and one thing that was definitely a major theme in this episode was definitely Makoto's confident. One thing, a major thing in Makoto's confidence throughout the whole thing was Makoto's really trying to find herself. her true, I guess you could say, purpose in life. Like, what does she want to do when she grows up? When she ends up by the end of the episode, she tells Akira, you know what? I'm going to be a police officer like my father before me, and I guess also like her sister, Sai, so that she can help out the weak and, of course, take, and protect and protect justice. I can't think of the right words. I'm thinking use justice. Of course, take down corrupt people, criminals, all that shit. Get the point. And then in the end of so we get this little post-credit scene with Akira and the others, studying, and McCall's and Ryu's like, oh, can't we get you something else? And McCall's like, hey, I don't you dare fail your exam. And we see this little small cameo from Futaba, and I lost much. It was like, yes, best girl has arrived. Finally, and next week we know she's gonna pop up, so I'm looking forward to seeing Best Girl Futaba, because it's gonna be fucking amazing, and I'm hyped as hell. So yeah. So overall, I give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Damn, it was very good. I loved this episode. Okay, not loved it, but I really did enjoy it. The new OP the new OP is great. The overall, the art and animation was great. It was like, I think everyone since you started listening to the complaints they've had from the first half, and it looks like the second half will be a lot better, at least in terms of art and animation. The story, they don't really know where, because the story of Persona 5 is fucking phenomenal. So yeah, 8.5 my favorite. By the way, yes, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If y'all see like a very dry uploads where you don't really see many videos starting next week, that's actually because I'm going to be working on getting my driver's license, and my mom is on my ass. Which I can understand why she's on my ass so hard. She's like, you have to the thing itself, the handbook is 132 pages. You gotta study that thing every day, all day, every day for 3 to 4 hours. And do the test. Make sure that you find, which I can understand. My mom doesn't want me to get my driver's license, but so it's gonna make it very hard for me to finish up the rest of the E3 press conferences, and that's starting Monday. So if I'm lucky, I can maybe get through the rest of the E3 press conferences and maybe get started on the Money Bank stuff. But if I can, you guys start seeing the uploads become very dry, you don't really see the Money Bank reactions coming out that quickly. That's why, and I do apologize because, hey guys, that's what happens when you're 18, you don't have your driver's license yet. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick FYI on what happened in the future of the channel. But yeah. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, links are just below. As always, come back for more. See you guys next time.